success. Speaking of successes, we have a gentleman who has a success for himself and a story to tell. He is standing by and, or perhaps sitting by, I don't know, but he will be with us in, 3 or 4 minutes right after we listen to Jay Katana. The song is called Kiss Closed. Kiss Closed. That's Jay Katana, and this is Jay Katana. Come on in, Jay. Say hello.
Hello.
he took you literally.
Well, welcome aboard. I hope you feel free to be more talkative. We're glad to have you here with us, and great listening to that track, Jay. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, because I know that some of the listeners aren't familiar with you. I know you've got something on your profile there that is in it's in a foreign language, and I know that you're from Moldova. So tell us a little bit about Jay Katana's background.
So 7 years ago, I moved here and to make it as a musician, and it was a fun journey. I played in a band from Atlanta called For This Day. We toured the South. We released EP Waves. And in 2015, I moved to New Jersey, joined Full of Thorns, and also we toured there. And after that, I came back to Atlanta and started releasing my solo albums.
Awesome. And you do some good work there. I know in listening to a couple of tracks, we got another track we'll play after we talk to you a bit. You are definitely a guitarist, although you have also claimed to be a guitar punisher.
A guitar who?
Punisher.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would agree with that or not. I don't know you, nor have I seen you play, but I would hazard to say that you get the most out of a guitar. From listening to your work, you are definitely you definitely get the most out of the guitar.
In Russian, there is an expression like, if to translate directly, it's like to win over somebody, it's like to punish them. So I guess I translated directly. That's nobody understood.
Very good. That does explain it. John Bon Jovi, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, Jay, I wanted to ask you something. Well, and I'm going to ask a precursory question first, and that is, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
33.
Okay, have you ever heard... Okay, the reason why I ask, there was a band back in the 70s, I believe they were from Sweden, called Focus. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Okay, because your guitar playing, which, by the way, is just out of this world, that's great. Your guitar playing reminds me very much of this band, Focus, and they had an album, I think they only produced one album. It was called Moving Waves. And look it up. I'm sure you can probably find it on YouTube or Spotify or any of the music services. But I think that I would be curious to find out whether or not you agree with me in your style, because it's not exactly like theirs, but I hear influences, if you will. And I don't even know if calling it an influence is the right word if you've never heard them. But, boy, they're just a great band.
Now, this track we just played, Kiss Closed, this is part of a collection, an album of sorts?
Say it again, please.
This song that we just played, Kiss Closed, that is from an album or collection?
Yeah, it's from the album Bleeding Boyfriend MixTape that just came out like last Friday.
Okay. So this is a new release. Would you repeat the title for us, please?
Bleeding Boyfriend MixTape.
Okay. It's a little bit hard to hear you. I don't know if it's the connection or what, but if you stay right on mic, we should be able to hear you. Okay. This just came out then, so it's been released here in the States, I assume.
Yeah.
And you are over here in the States now. Where is it? What's your base of operations?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of good music has come out of Atlanta over the years. I remember Joe South came out of there, and he, between his writing and his producing and his own music, he put out quite a load of music too. How long have you been here in the States?
7 years.
How many?
7.
7. Okay, I thought you said 70 there for a second. I was going to say, wait a minute, that does not compute. But what does that? I don't know. What is that on your page there at the very top? I don't know. Is that Cyrillic? The
Bleeding Boyfriend
language on that first line. I'm sorry.
Bleeding Boyfriend, or.
No, there's a line at the top of your...
yeah. It says, like, the guitarist from that side of the mountain.
Okay. I wondered. I saw that, and I'm saying, I can't even read it, let alone pronounce it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You're a guitar punisher, is what you say.
Yeah.
But, that's a... You have a
I wasn't ready that you're going to involve on those things. I completely forgot that I have them on my page. So.
Oh, not a problem. we try to be totally casual and totally unpredictable here. This is not your formal interview. This is a sit back, put your feet up, and let's chat for a while and get to know each other. Now, you were with a group called Pool of Thorns?
Yeah.
And how long were you with them?
3 years.
Okay. I guess I should ask, was this your group, or was this a group that you joined as an outsider?
That band existed for 9 years before I joined them, and they were pretty solid in that three-state area. They were touring constantly, the East Coast and North. And yeah, they had like many releases. They had like a huge fan base, and I contacted them like I think 2013, and I always was on their radar. And then in 2016, I came for an audition, and I joined them because I needed some. At that point, I was missing playing live, and I needed to do this like full time, on and on and on.
Okay,
yeah, because here in Atlanta, it was kind of crisis with live bands. Like at least what I'm interested in, and so it was definitely one of the best experiences.
I can understand that, and I'm sure it was, and it probably helped you get accustomed to our whole way of doing things over here. John Bon Jovial, you've got something you wanted to add here.
Yeah. Jay, do you still gig with these guys?
No, the band broke up a couple months ago.
Okay, so when you do go out and play live, what kind of approach do you take? Who do you have playing with you?
Right now, I'm working on the material with the singer. It's going to be a separate project, and hopefully, when we're done recording, we're going to be playing full time. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, I sure hope that you'll get us a copy of that, because we'd love to have you back on and talking about this new music that you're going to be coming out with. Hopefully, it'll be sooner than later.
Yeah. Because honestly, I do feel like I was born for stage. That's the only place when I feel like I'm alive, kind of like. And when I don't play like for more than like 2-3 months, I'm already like missing something huge in my life.
That's a good feeling for a performer to have, where you feel at least as comfortable, if not more comfortable, performing than just being yourself. And I'm glad to hear that, because I like what you do. I can tell that you put your heart into it, and I'd love to be able to follow you. We have a thing here on the David Bowers Awards that once you're on our show, you're part of our family. We always have a place for you. We'll always help you spread the word of whatever you're doing, whether it's new music, touring, or whatever. So we do want you to stay in touch with us. Keep us posted what's going on, and you get us some of the new music. We'll always be happy to play the music and expose it for you. And definitely, as John said, we'd definitely like to have you come back on the show in the future and share your experiences with us. Now, you're working on new music? Would you be touring again in the near future?
Yeah, that's for sure.
You don't have any idea of the time frame, like whether it's going to be late this year or next year?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like late this year. Starting December, we'll start like with the first shows, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. I hope you will keep in touch with us. We'll definitely share whatever you pass on to us, unless, of course, you tell us not to. But normally we're happy to share whatever. And it's really great. How long have you been over here in the States now, Jay?
7 years.
7 years. Okay, so you're still basically kind of new to the States. What do you think of of our country?
It's kind of it's strange now because I was going to my country lately, and over there I don't feel like at home anymore. I feel like a stranger there because it's been already like long time, and I don't recognize even like some places I grew up. But here, I'm not. I'm still a stranger here, you know. Like it's kind of like I'm hanging, so it's kind of
right. Yeah.
I don't know where I belong now. So.